Hey, what's up, y'all? And welcome to the video. This is the first time I've done a video like this in a while, but I kind of want to get back to the basics. And I'm going to start back doing these videos more often. I want to do them about 3 or 4 times a week, but I can't guarantee you that. But I can guarantee you at least once or twice a week, I'm going to start doing these type of videos again. So if you want to get more content like this, plus look at some of my older content, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Mike Taylor Gobi Trade House. Talking about Gobi Trade House, shout out to my brothers Kenny Jordan, Carlos Pun, Jordan Rosario, and the rest of the Gobi family. And you see I got my Gobi mug right here. I'm gonna take a little sip of my early morning tea. But if you are an affiliate of Gobi Trade House, you could go to your affiliate site, or you could just go to the company website. And if you go to the side panel over there and click on the Gobi Apparel, you can get these mugs. You get shirts, you can get hats, you can get glasses, you can get flip-flops. We even got our own Gobi high-top shoes, Gobi luggage. It's all kinds of stuff back there, all branded in Gobi. And we even got some stuff that's not branded in Gobi, just cool stuff about, like maybe, I wish I would have grabbed a couple of my shirts, but like we got a shirt that says, Forex pays my bills. That's all it says. It doesn't say anything about Gobi. It says Forex pays my bills. But when I wear that shirt in public, all of a sudden, I start connecting with people that are either in the Forex or that's interested in Forex. They be like, hey, you in the Forex? Or, hey, I wanted to know about that. And then I get to tell them about my business, and I've actually got customers just by wearing that apparel out in public. So I definitely say take advantage of that. Check it out on your website. Now, I want to give a disclaimer. This is not a company video, even though since I'm not going to say anything crazy, I'm probably going to share it with the company. This is actually a personal video for my website, for my YouTube channel that I'm just making. But I'm just going to share it with everybody because I understand that in order for me to get to where I got it, don't get me wrong, I haven't made it to where I want to be, but when I look where I came from and where I'm at now, I have to be honest and have a great appreciation for what God has allowed me to go so far with the things that I've been through to get to where I'm at. So with that being said, I know a large part of that was getting the right message. So since I've received the right message and it's in my heart, I want to go ahead and pour out the right message consistently out to the world because I got over 8,000 followers on Facebook. I got about 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, probably another 500 on Instagram. So there's over 10,000 people that I can potentially reach with my message. And not only that, but all of my Facebook friends and so forth, they got friends and friends. So who knows, this message could go viral and it can really change people's lives, just like positive messages have changed my life. So every time I make one of these videos, though, I want to kind of key in on a particular subject. Now, because this is live and I'm just kind of speaking from the dome, I might veer off into other subjects, but I got a particular subject and I just want to hone in on that subject. And one thing I was thinking about today, and I'll tell you the reasons why in a minute, but one thing I thought about was this. In order, for me to, like, when I look back and I say, dang, Mike, you know what I'm saying? You was there, but now you've made it here and you want to go there. How do you go to another level? Well, the first thing I had to think about was, how did I get this far? And one of the main things I did when I look back on it, I focused on me. And that's my advice to you. Like, if you're not where you want to be right now, don't be afraid to take some time, take some breaks away from some things, make some sacrifices to focus 100% on you. I know that sounds crazy, right? I'll give you a real life example of myself, right? I recently moved to Houston, Texas from Memphis, Tennessee, right? Now, even though I never really talked about this, it was kind of hard. Want to know why? Not only have I never left the city as far as living anywhere else, but my son there. And I know my son needs me. But when I thought about my life in the past, when I thought about the times that I really, really needed my parents, want to know what I needed most from my parents when I was 18, 19, 20, 21, through my 20s when I was trying to go up? It was financial support. Like, to be honest, I would find myself in situations where I needed help. And I wanted to make sure that I was in a financial position to be able to help my son. And when I evaluated the situation, I had to sacrifice moving to Houston because I felt like Houston gave me the best opportunity to be financially successful. So when he calls me, when he needs me, What's your Cash App, son? Easy, you know what I'm saying? So a real life example I can give you, and I'm just giving you real life examples, and hopefully you can take these examples and be like, okay, well, this is how I can apply these examples to my life depending on your situation. Well, I've been network marketing for about 10 years now. I started December the 29th, 2012. So it's 2022. So it's been almost a 10-year run. So even though I've been able to make six figures in this industry, and I just got there last year, it took a lot of time and sacrifice. And one thing I had to sacrifice throughout that time, I always joke about this, but I'm dead serious. I went through this, and it really wasn't going through anything. It wasn't nothing I planned. It was just subconsciously felt like it needed to be done. From the age of 33 to about 36 and a half, so about 3.5 years, right? Do you know I didn't date? I didn't talk to no women. I wasn't having sex. I wasn't doing any of that type of stuff, right? And you want to know why? It's because I realized from 18 to 32, I spent a lot of time coding and dating women and doing all these things, and it got me nowhere. I was worse off at 32 than I was at 19. So what I realized was I had to sacrifice getting myself together, not only mentally, but also financially, so I could be the man I wanted to be for the woman that I want, so I wouldn't have to settle. A lot of times people be in these relationships and they settle because they're afraid to be alone. So while you should be taking that time that you're spending with that other, getting your stuff together, or spending it with somebody that can at least help you get your stuff together, you're spending it with somebody who's actually draining your energy, which I'll get to that in a minute. You got to stay away from energy drainers. So those are just a couple examples of what I mean about times that I knew I wanted to do something else, but I had to sacrifice and focus on me so I could be a better parent, so I could be a better potential mate. So look at yourself. If you want to be a better parent, if you want to be a better potential mate, look at where you at and think, hey, do I need to sometimes sacrifice some things in order to be that better person? So that's number one. So what actually inspired me to even make this particular thing about focusing on you, right? So I was watching a video yesterday, and something really caught my attention. I never really knew this stat, and maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, but I got it from a pretty trusted source, so I don't think they have no reason to do research and then lie about it, right? So now I don't know how this works for women, but I do know what this person says is only 10% of men earn $100,000 a year, and only about 3% earn about $300,000 or more a year, and only about 1% earn $500,000, right? And I said, dag, a few things went through my mind. I said, wow, so all this work that I put in, all this sacrifice over the years, you mean to tell me, because I don't feel like I'd have done nothing. I still need a lot more money than what I got coming in. But I'm like, dag, I'm somewhere in the bracket where only 10% of people are able to make what I'm making. And on top of that, I'm making it residually, which I know a lot of people are not as experiencing that. But more importantly, if I'd have made it this far, then that means there's 90% of people that I need to try to bring over, right? There's 90% of people, at least men, and I'm pretty sure women is close to the same, if not more. Then all these people want to make six figures. I'm making it. Let me show them how. Let me go ahead and really dig in and teach people what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, even the mindset and the psychology and the strategy, and give you the product. I got everything you need to be successful. So on my YouTube channel moving forward, I'm going to give you all the content that you need, from strategies to products to the actual mindset, which I'm giving you now, that it takes to be successful. So what I told myself was, in order for me to get 10 times more income, I got to work 10 times harder. It took me 10 years to get here. So if it takes me another 10 years, I'm willing to sacrifice that, because that's what I want and that's what I want to achieve. One of the main things that helped me, you know what I'm saying? And this is just looking back. I'm not going to lie, like I just sat back and like, this is exactly what I'm going to do. Some things you just do subconsciously because you want it bad enough. And one thing that I realized is when I first started marketing, from day one, once I had committed to marketing, because you have to commit. You can't just join something or say you're going to do something and just start doing it. You have to actually have a conversation with yourself. Yeah, you got to let people think you crazy and talk to yourself and tell yourself, make a real life commitment to whatever your goal is. And like what I did was I didn't have a plan B. I didn't have a plan B. It wasn't like, well, I'm going to do this, and if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to do this. Nah. It was like, it's going to work out, and I'm going to force it to work out because I'm not going to get off the ground. I'm going to be a great marketer. I'm going to figure out a way to make a steady income where I don't have to work a job, you know what I'm saying, from my phone. And I knew the best way to do it was to figure out how to sell products and services, because every company is always going to need a good salesperson. If you want to start your own business, the best thing you could possibly do is be the best salesperson you can, because you can start your own business off the muscle of your own sales skills. You don't even need nobody else. Once you know how to sell stuff, and you got capital, you can start your own business anytime you feel like it in any genre you want. So this is a skill set that I was willing to sacrifice to learn. And there was never a plan B. Think about it. If you're married, right? And you got a plan B on your wife or your husband, your marriage probably not going to work out because you're not all in, right? I mean, if you take a plan B, you're probably not going to have a kid, right? You know what I'm saying? Plan Bs don't work. They kill dreams. So you have to make focus. Do you think LeBron James had a plan B? I don't think so. I don't think Kobe Bryant had a plan B. I don't think Michael Jordan had a plan B. So why do you think you're going to be successful or be great in your field of action if you got a plan B? Sometimes you got to also, in order to get to plan A, sometimes you have to do a plan B to get to plan A. So so I'm not confusing people. Let me explain what I mean. So your goal may not be to be a Forex trader, right? Your goal may not be to be a salesperson or to create residual income. But just to give you an example, your goal may be to, I don't know, own a McDonald's, own a nail shop or a barber shop. Let's just say you want to own a barber or a beauty shop, right? So you may need to become a great trader or get with the right system that can trade for you, like our Copycat or our Trade Signal service or the new products and services that we're about to release real soon. Or you may need to learn how to sell or go out and sell the product to create enough residual income coming in so now you can invest in what your real dream is. But you have to be committed to the commitment, meaning that, hey, this is where I want to get, but this is what I got to do to get here. So I'm committed here for now for the next 3 years. And once I get my money, now I can cross over there. But you can't skip steps. Another thing that I've learned along this journey is this. You have to protect your energy. What you spend time doing on a daily basis, how you use your 24 hours is key to everything. And that's including the people that you decide to spend your time with. Like, one thing I've learned is, and this is no disrespect to nobody, but there's a lot of people I can be friends with. I'd rather be friends with people I can get money with or people that bring positive influences to my life. We might not can't get money together. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you work in a different field, but I'm not going to hang out with somebody that's trying to that's going to drain my energy or pull it in the direction opposite than where I'm trying to go. There's too many other people I can hang out with. You know what I'm saying? So you want to hang out with people that have positive influences on your life. You can get back to those energy drainers if they're special to you once you make it. But while you're trying to make it, you cannot afford it. I don't even care if it's family. Hey, I can love you from a distance. I can check on you, but we ain't got to hang out all the damn time when I'm trying to get somewhere. Like, for example, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys can relate to this. I always tell this story, but I think it's valuable. That's why I always tell it. I'm not going to get too detailed in it because I've told it too many times. But I had the same group of friends from 12 to 32. That's a 20-year run. And the reason I stopped being friends with these group of friends, not because they was bad people or they was anything like that, it's just that I realized that 32, when I started to cross over into this entrepreneur world and I started to work from home and I started to make my money that way, right? A lot of them had a lot of negative things to say about it. And I heard I'll be honest, I heard a video about Les Brown You can look it up. It's called Negative People Changed My Life. It's 7 minutes long, and those 7 minutes made me reevaluate all my friends. And when I started looking at my friends, like he starts the video off and he said, if you hang out with losers, you'll be the fifth one. You know, you hang out with 4 losers, you'll be the fifth one, or something like that. And he just started breaking down what he actually meant by that. And one thing about it is I realized that my friends, the same things that we were doing in high school, the things that I found value in, playing video games, going out to the club, hanging out, with girls and stuff, the things that we did in our early 20s and high school and, things like that. At 32, we were still doing and valuing the same things. And if I'm spending my time with those friends doing those same things, then how much time I got in a day? I'm already spending 8-10 hours at a job. Now I'm hanging out with you all night, you know what I'm saying? Like, when am I gonna improve? And talking about improvement, and this is something that you really have to be conscious of. Look at your own life. Like, one thing you can't do is, like, you can lie to other people. You can try to flash on Instagram. You can try to make it look like you can tell people you make this or you're doing this, or you can have this expensive car, that you're paying for, and make everybody think you're balling when you're really struggling. You can do all that. But what you can't do is lie to yourself, right? And when you can't lie to yourself, and if you can't lie to yourself and you look in that mirror and you know you're not where you want to be at, then it's up to you to do something about it, period. So when you look in that mirror, I challenge you to look at your current situation. Look at how you make your money specifically. Like, look at your job. How does your money come in, right? And are you satisfied? Are you happy? Are you content with that? And if you're not content, right? And you can look ahead and you can say 10 years from now, if I keep doing the same thing, can I honestly say, do I see drastic change or improvement? Or is it going to get worse? Or is it going to get better? Or am I going to be happy if I'm still making this 10 years from now? Then if the answer to that is honestly no, because you can't lie to nobody else, you can't lie to yourself, then you have to say, look, what can I do to get myself in a better situation? Now, I want to give you a real life example that I've been through, and I want to see if you guys can follow me. I wish I had like some kind of billboard or something I could write this out on, but I'm just going to try to freestyle this for you guys. So I hope it makes sense. So as I've always talked about it, and I keep telling this story because I think it's important, at least it was an important part of my life and a part of my story, which is the weekend of September the 29th, 2013, I lost both of my jobs over the same weekend. But before I lost those jobs, for years, I had been complaining about the amount of money I had been making. I had been complaining about how much time I was giving those jobs. I was complaining, and I was never really happy, but I felt stuck because the money covered the bills. And I didn't want to be homeless. I didn't want to risk leaving one of those jobs to try to do something else, you know what I'm saying? And then I couldn't recover from it, right? So I just stayed stuck in that box. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I want you to put in the comment section that I agree, or put your story, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to put out there. But I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person that either feels that way or been in that situation. Well, I wasn't going to go there deep in the story, but I'm going to go ahead and go real deep into the story. We're just talking. I don't know how long this video is going to take, but we're just talking, right? So I'm just going to be straight up open and honest. So I never forget this night. I want to say this was the night of September the 29th. Excuse me if I got the date wrong, 2013. And I was working 2 jobs. One job, I went there at 5:30. And I got off at 3 p.m. When I left that job at 3 p.m., I had to drive 30 minutes across town to be at my second job at 4 p.m. I stayed at that job from 4 p.m. to 3 a.m., and then I went home, got dressed, took a shower, went to my other job, probably get there about 4, and would literally take an hour nap in the break room and have somebody to wake me up at 5:30 to restart my day. I was literally working with an hour or two of sleep at best, and it wasn't even comfortable sleeping in my bed. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had always came up with the philosophy or the thought process. People that work 2 jobs, you got to do something better, because you working hard to pay for a house you don't even really live in. You at work all day. What's the point in doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well just, I don't know. But I didn't like that situation. So one night, I want to kind of keep this story short. One night, I'm driving home. I'm driving in between jobs. I'm leaving at 3 on my way home so I can get dressed so I can go to work and take a nap in the break room before my shift starts at 5:30. But on my way, I fall asleep on the road. And this wasn't the first time this happened. This had happened several times before, and it scared me because I'm like, one of these nights I'm gonna mess around and get injured, get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So the anxiety of like, man, I want to quit these jobs. I'm not even making enough money. I'm tired. How do I get out this situation? I literally broke down and had a fit. I was just like, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of this. I don't know what to do. God help me, blah, 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 blah. And Lord, did God step in, y'all. Like, he didn't waste no time. He said, I'm tired of hearing you whining. You say you want it. I'm going to see how bad you want it. Because this is what God did. And I know it wasn't nothing but God, because I can look back at it in retrospect and say, hey, God, like, sometimes God got to tear you down to build you up. Like, sometimes when you think your darkest day is really your brightest day and you don't even know it, but you have to just go through it to see through it. And what happened to me was, I went to, after doing all that hissy fit and all that, I don't want to do these jobs no more and I want out, I don't know how to get out. I went to that job that day and I got off at 3. Now I'm driving to my second job, and on my way to the second job, they called me because I was running a little late. I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. They said, don't worry about it. We actually shutting down, but come up here and get the rest of your stuff out your locker or whatever. And the club, we're closed. So I'm like, dang. The funny part about this story, just to go a little deeper, I had been in a situation where I was in debt at the time, and this was actually the last day of me paying my debt off. So the next following week, if I would have got a chance to work, I would have finally got a chance to see some of my money, which I hadn't seen in months. That was another reason why I was stressing. So at the time, I thought, okay, well, I lost this job. I'm going to pick up some overtime in my second job, and cool, I ain't got to work 2 jobs no more. I'm cool. I'll make it, right? Because I'm always trying to look at the bright side of things. How about on Sunday, that job called me and told me you fired. You want to know what I was fired for? Fired for being sleepy on the job. Like, no, I'm not making this up, y'all. So I lost both jobs over the same weekend. So that was the strip down. But now that I was stripped down, I had a chance to look at my reality for a second. See, sometimes we be so caught up in these jobs and school and our children and your girlfriend and all these distractions and stuff that you really don't even have time to really sit down and look what's been going on in your life. Like, how did you get to this point where you are unhappy? And once I started realizing that, I looked back and I said, dang, I've been working jobs since I was 16. I was 32 at the time. And like I told y'all earlier in this conversation, I was better off at 19 than I was at 32 at the time. And that kind of pissed me off. I'm just going to be honest with you, because it also made me realize that this is my challenge to you guys. I looked at my life in retrospective and I saw what I was doing. And I looked at my life forward and I said, if I keep doing the same thing that I did the last 16 years, what makes me think the next 16 are going to be any different? If I don't change something. Now, the easy way, the coward way, and I mean no disrespect to nobody, but the coward thing for me to do, but I would have got the respect of my family, I would have got the respect of the whole community, but the coward thing would have been to take my butt up to one of these temp services, to go up to one of these jobs, go up to Walmart, go apply for anything I could, and go get 2-3 jobs, and just work my butt off and just keep doing it again, because they require absolutely no thinking, they require absolutely no sacrifice. That just requires me to show up and just keep suffering. And I got sick of it. So my challenge to you is, if you are not where you want to be, when are you going to get sick of not being where you want to be and do something about it? I'm finna give you an exact blueprint on how you could do something about it this year. This don't require 4 years of college. This don't require you taking out a bunch of loans. This don't require you sitting in somebody's internship. This don't require you sitting up at some job for 10 years being underpaid to hopefully become the supervisor, to hopefully become the manager, just for everybody to want your job, just for everybody to be hating on you because they want to be the manager too. You know what I'm saying? To try to get you up out of there as soon as you get in there. You know what I'm saying? This don't require all that. This just require you to listen to what I'm about to say. I challenge you to pause this video and take notes on what I'm about to say. I want you to write these numbers down, what I'm about to say, and listen to me. I'm speaking from the heart right now because I don't understand how people don't understand what I'm about to say. Like I hate them getting, I ain't gonna say I hate them getting passionate, but I don't want to come off as I'm like yelling or something. I'm just real passionate about this subject, but I kind of get frustrated a little bit with just society because I'm like, how did you not see this? And I'm even mad at myself because to be honest, shout out to my brother, co-CEO of Go Be Trade House along with Carlos Plum, Kenny Jordan, because he had to get on my butt for me to see it. I thought I knew it all. You know what I'm saying? I thought I knew it all because I was making money online but I was making daily money. I wasn't making passive income. I wasn't making residual income. And that's what I want to talk to you about. Residual income. Like, don't get me wrong. We have great services that you can make in Go Be Trade House, a lot of money without referring a soul. And this generation is so lucky to be able to make money on autopilot by having somebody to trade for you. This generation is so lucky to have somebody to send you a Forex trade signal that's 80-90% accurate. And all you got to do is copy and paste and make money. But just because things come to you easy don't mean that it's not, for one, selfish not to go out and share information if you got access to that type of information. And you know it's thousands, millions of people that have no idea that they could be getting trade ideas and copy and pasting. There's millions and billions of people that have no idea that there's an account management service called a copycat that could be trading for them. And you could be getting residual income just for helping other people and sharing with people and not being selfish. You could be getting $50 to $75 for each person that you bring into my business, our business, Go Be Trade House, and you could be getting it paid daily and you could be getting it paid residually. So tell me why you're not doing it. If they told you right now that you can refer people to Netflix, and for every Netflix subscription that you got, you could get that whole $10 per month going directly to your bank account instead of Netflix, you would be doing it. But because it's network marketing, a lot of times people want to frown upon it like, oh, I'm not a recruiter. You don't have to be a recruiter. Just be an unselfish person that want to share quality information. Now, let me get to my point. Okay, so in the back office of Go Be Trade House, there's an affiliate marketing section, and there's also a section called team building and self-motivation meetings, and there's also a section called boot camps. And in each one of those sections, you will find a direct marketing material that I give you where I show you step by step in detail what am I doing to make to make the money that I make recruiting, right? Now, this is what I want you to write down. And the reason I bring that up is I don't want to give you these numbers and then say, hey, I don't know how to show you how to do this. What I'm telling you is if you follow my lead and you do exactly what I'm telling you to do each and every day, and you actually put real work in, just like you do at your job. I'm not talking about putting in 30 minutes a day into your business and think you're about to make six figures. I'm not talking about putting in 2 hours a day and think you're going to make six figures. Now, you will get to the point where you don't have to spend hardly no time into your business, but that's months, if not years down the road. When you first start, you got to grind, just like you grind at your job. So this is the part that I want you to take notes on and write down. So when I first started doing this, right, a lot of people looked at me like I was stupid. I was the idiot. I was the dummy that wanted to, this is what they used to say about me. hey, Mike, man, he don't want to get no real job. All he want to do is sit his fat butt up at the house and play video games and sit on the computer all day. Yeah, he be making some money, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't got a nice house. He ain't got a nice car. He ain't got this, so he must not be making no real money. If he got a real job, he'll have these things. But since he don't, you know what I'm saying? He want to sit in the house. He lazy, right? But what they didn't know was, no, I wasn't lazy. I was being smart. Now, I'm going to tell you what I mean by being smart. So if you go to your job, let's say you make $1,000 a week. This is what I want you to write down. I want you to write down that you making $52,000 a year, right? Because that's what a lot of average people make, about $40,000, $50,000 a year, right? So I'm going to give you $52,000, right, a year at your job. But in order to keep making that money, right, let's just say I'm going to give you an average age. Let's say you 35 years old. You could be younger or older, but let's just use 35. Meaning you got to work there for the next 30 years in order to retire from that job. Not only that, but you've probably been working there 10 years already, right? So you got to do this. You got to show up every day for 40 hours, if not more, a week. Sorry about that. I got a phone call, so I got lost my track. But my point is this. So you're making $1,000 a week, right? And let's just say I start my business and I'm recruiting in Gobi Trade House, right? And let's just say I'm only able to make $250 a week. But you're working 40 hours a week, and let's just say I'm working 60 hours a week. As a matter of fact, forget it. Let's just say I'm going all in, right? I'm putting it all on the table. Let's just say I'm working 80 hours a week, right? Because most people that's successful in their business, maybe you got a job and you can't do 80 hours a week, but I'm saying most people put their whole self in if they want massive results quickly. And that's what most of y'all want. Y'all want massive results. So I'm telling you what it takes to get massive results. Because when I first started recruiting, I used to, from the time I woke up to the time I was too sleepy, that was my work schedule. It wasn't I'm only gonna work for this now. No, I was a real lion. I was gonna hunt until I got the gazelle. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. And this is why. And it's gonna make sense in a minute. But let's say I'm working 80 hours a week and you working 40. You making $1,000 every week and I'm working 80 hours a week, but let's just say I'm only getting 5 sales. Now, 5 sales in Gobi Trade House will get you between $250 and about $375. I think that's right. Yeah, between $250 and $375 per week, right? But let's take the low ball in and let's just say I'm making $250 a week just by working the same, twice as hard as you on my business than you working at your job. Now, right now, I seem like the idiot because within 1 month, I only generate $1,000, but you're making $4,000, right? I look stupid. But let's go to month 2. In month 2, let's just say I do the exact same thing. I'm only making $250 a week, and you're still making $1,000. So now, in month number 2, though, something happens. You ever heard of the old saying is you keep doing something over and over again, you start to get better at it, right? Well, as you start to get better, I can guarantee you a few things going to happen. One, people don't really buy our package that pays $50 that often. People usually buy our package that pays $75 because that's the package that's going to allow us to trade for you, and people like the done for you service. So more than likely, you're going to be making more than $250 a week. But let's just stick to that, and let's just say in month number 3, all of a sudden, because you've been doing this better, you're selling more of the higher packages. Okay, so let's just say in month number 3, now you're making $500 a week instead of $250 a week, right? So remember in month number 1, because you get paid residual income, when you made that $1,000, in month number 2, when you made another $1,000, it carried over. Meaning that I got all these people paying me a subscription every month. So now I'm making $2,000 a month within 2 months. Now you're still making $4,000 at your job. So I still look like the idiot. But in month 3, because I was consistent in my business, and all the people I talked to in month number 1 and month number 2 that didn't sign up, but they see my consistency and they see that I'm really at it, I'm posting proof and I'm making money from the copycat, I'm making money from the signals, I'm making money from the residual and all these different things, I'm making money from the education. and people see this, all those people you talked in month number 1 and 2, they start coming back around and say, hey, let me go ahead and sign up. All of that work and all the different people you talk to, now you done got more skill. You done got better at closing. You done got better at getting people in. So now you're making $500 a week. These are new customers. So now in month number 3, because you made $1,000 in new customers in month 1, you made $1,000 in new customers in month 2, and you made $2,000 in new customers in month number 3. Guess what happens in month number 4? Whether you show up or not, you're gonna make that same freaking $4,000 a month that the person at the job is making. But the difference between them and you is that when you go to work, you're not working to get your money, you're working to grow your money. When you don't show up, you still get paid because you already put in the work in just 90 days. Where this person right here is going to work for 30 years to maintain their income. And we're just talking 3 months. So let me keep going. So let's just say you keep that same work ethic for the next 9 months, for 1 calendar year. And you keep, and say, let's just say you don't even get any better. Let's just say you don't get any better at your business. Only thing you're able to do is generate $500 a week in new customers. Every week, though, you're able to do this because you're consistent. So every week you're growing, every month you're growing your income by $2,000 a month in residual income. I don't know the exact math, but let's just say hypothetically it's around, matter of fact, let me just do the quick math. That's $22,000 a month, right? In 12 months. Now the person at the job still got to work 29 more years to maintain $4,000 a month and got to show up every day and be on time and make sure they be obedient and do exactly what their boss or their manager say while they're at work all the time. But you got freedom because you're making $20,000 a month because you wasn't afraid to let people look at you like you were stupid for a couple months. Even if it took a couple years, would it be worth it? Like, my point is this. Let's just say that even if you did that and half of those customers left, you still making $11,000 a month and you don't even have to show up for it. Then think about how much money you got to put into your trading account. It just takes a little bit of sacrifice and a little bit of unselfishness. That's it. Like, don't be selfish. That should be your mindset. A lot of you guys are religious. Well, religious people should be giving, right? You should be out to help and share with the world. Don't just, like Carlos always say, don't just give them the word, but don't leave them with nothing tangible to change their life. Like, just don't tell them about God. Like, show them something godly. Show them how to make some money. And the best way to make money, guaranteed, is just to share this information as much as you possibly can and get as many $50 and $75 residual income payments coming into you daily as much as you can. As much as you can. Like, it doesn't make sense. If I knew, and I know that's why I do it, if I knew that every day I could just go out here and just hammer this information away and sell it and sell it and sell it. And every time I sell one product, I'm making $50 or $75, not just that same day. But also every month it's going to keep paying me over again. I have to be crazy or insane not to be out there trying to do that as much as possible. Especially nowadays when we have the internet and you don't even have to leave your freaking home to go out and sell. Just copy and paste messages out, copy and paste posts, copy and paste peak interest messages. This is easy work. I come from an era where when I wanted to go get sales, I used to sell Kirby vacuum cleaners. I used to have to carry my product with me, a big old vacuum cleaner, and be knocking on people's door. Hope they allow me to invite them in this stranger's house, being here with a suit and tie on, trying to blah, 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 sell and demonstrate. So I maybe have a different view. I appreciate the fact that I can reach out to 50 to 100 people in less than a couple hours just by posting some content. Like, you have to take advantage of this. So I want to close this video out by hyping up and bragging about my company, Gobi Trade House, GT 2.0 as we like to call it this year. And the reason I'm doing it is because the reason that I can brag about it, or the reason I can speak so positive about it, because I'm a living testimony of what this company can do for your life. I'm dead serious right now. And before I was introduced to this company, I had no idea. I always wanted to do Forex, but it looked too confusing to me. But I didn't know until I was introduced to this company that I could copy and paste trade signals and make money just like a professional trader, just by copying another professional trader's trade idea. And I can actually purchase this service and make money from it every day. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. I didn't know that there were people out here like the copycat, for example, that would allow you to attach your account to their master account, and they take their expertise, their talent, and actually go ahead and trade for you and allow you to make money. And the special thing, and this is why I say Gobi is so special than other companies, because there's a lot of account management services out there. But most account management services, y'all, not only do you have to pay an initial fee to get access to it, but you also have to and pay monthly, just like with our subscription. But most of these places, matter of fact, all of them that I know of, charge you. Meaning that if you make money, if they make you money, then you owe them 20, sometimes even 40 or 50% of your profits. With Gobi, you keep 100% of your profits. We give you the trade idea. We execute the trade for you. You get paid, and you keep all of the money. That's unheard of. We have over 90 hours, I think 80, 90 hours. I don't know. It's a lot of content in our back office on how to build a business and also on how to trade, how to become a Forex trader. So you have all of these tools. But more importantly, for me, you know what I'm saying, is the fact that, like I said earlier, you can share this information and get paid the same day. Like, you can share this information and get paid $50 or $75. And then when your people refer people, you get paid $10 or $15 every time your referrals get referrals, and it's paid to you daily and monthly. Like, this is a great compensation plan. In my opinion, it's the most fair and best compensation plan that I've ever seen in my life. And the reason why I say that is real simple. You can't get more fair than 50%, right, of a company. You didn't have to start the company or do anything, right? All you have to do is just plug in and start sharing the information, and you get to pay. You make 50% of all the revenue you generate. That's beautiful. We're 50-50 business partners, right? Not only that, but then when your referrals get a referral, you get 10% of the revenue they generate. Not the revenue that they make, the revenue they generate. So for example, if your referral go out and sell a $149 package, you make $15. Your referral only made $75 because they made 50% of it. So if you made $15 and your referral made $75, you're literally getting 20% of what they made, 10% of their total sale. So imagine going to your job and referring people to your job and making 20% of their check just because you referred them. This is a beautiful business. Take advantage of it. So I want to close it with this quote that I made up earlier this morning. I hope you like it. If it's somebody else's quote that I never heard of, I apologize, but at least I thought this was original, which is, life isn't hard. It just takes hard work to make it easy. Go be great, and like and subscribe to my channel, and share this video with anybody that you think might need it. Peace. Oh yeah, one more thing. If you was referred to this video by one of my team members or somebody else in Gobi Trade House, and you want to find more information about the company, or if you want to get started with Gobi Trade House, reach out to the person that referred you to this video so they can get credit for you signing up. However, if you found me on YouTube at random, or if you just know me or whatever and you want to sign up with me and you know me and didn't nobody else refer you, then look in the description of this video. You'll see my sign up link. You'll also see my contact information so you can contact me. And please like, subscribe, and share to my channel. Peace.